Okay, welcome. So earlier today, I did a demo of a persona team results compared to ChatGPT5 results. On the right, you'll see ChatGPT5, which is just straight out of the box, unchanged, unaltered, unenhanced. And on the left, you'll see the Solo Pros Momentum Enhanced, which is a partner crew, which you can learn more about at partnercrew.com. And that's been enhanced and customized with some additional configuration that I added. So basically, the situation is a person is a consultant that delivers Salesforce customizations to SMBs in the San Francisco Bay Area. And when we say, hey, I need to craft a new service strategy for a new line, then this is the kind of response that you get. Now, on the right, you'll see that ChatGPT, it's pretty straightforward. It's fairly not granular, it's fairly generic, it's a high level, and it's good. It's not bad, but it's that high level approach. Whereas on the left, you see a more targeted approach. You see qualitative results that are different from the ChatGPT5 version. So as we scroll down through, like strategic positioning, there's market positioning, and it calls out the same kinds of problems that the market is crowded, but the approach that it takes. So ChatGPT5 looks at specialized by verticals and then outcome-based positioning. It's more high level. It's more kind of industry standard stuff. Whereas on the left, in the Solo Pro partner crew, you've got a much more, I don't know, customized approach and much more specialized approach because this has been produced by Ethan, the business strategist. And within this team, there are 10 fractional executives. It's your fractional C-suite. And we'll look at them in just a minute. But in here, you can see that these are very specific and more targeted and more customized versions. And instead of having a service line refresh, revenue acceleration packages, customer experience enhancements, compliance and data health, those kinds of things. Instead, you get health check and roadmap package. You get a quick win accelerator. You get ongoing optimization retainers, and you have those things. So it's more holistic and more comprehensive overall. And as we go down through, in terms of the messaging shift, you can see that Sloan, who's the messaging specialist, and Riley, who's the storytelling coach, have teamed up to come up with an idea. Instead of saying, we deliver Salesforce customizations for SMBs, say, we help Bay Area SMBs turn Salesforce into a growth engine, not just a database. Whether you need a quick pipeline fix, a growth roadmap, or ongoing admin support, we make sure your CRM works as hard as you do. Yeah, okay. So in this, and the service delivery differentiators, and then the marketing messaging, going from, local trust angle, Bay Area SMBs helping Bay Area SMBs to highlight proximity, you have something like this. So compare the one on the left with the one on the right, and you see the difference. So as we go down through, we see this. And then in terms of the decision process, how do I choose the best path forward? What should I do? What approach should I take? Okay, great question. Everybody says great question. And ChatGPT5 says you don't want to spread yourself thin by chasing every possible service angle, and blah 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 blah. And then it says here's a structured way to decide. And then the partner crew, excuse me, on the left talks about focus and fit. So clarify your strategic lens, not just evaluate your strengths. Check market signals, just not assess market demand. Weigh delivery practicalities instead of compare service line options, things of that nature. And overall, I would say that of course I like the partner crews because I know what's gone into them and I know what they offer. But as you can see, there is a substantial difference between that and this. Now, who are these people? Let's let's go ahead and go full screen on this one. Who are the Let's find out who's on this crew exactly. It's a fractional leadership team. We've got all these folks involved, and it's a fractional C-suite for solopreneurs. Now, the beauty part of these is that they can debate and discuss. Let's look at weighing delivery practicality. So Morgan and Taylor came up with these three ideas. And can Morgan and Taylor please discuss pros and cons of the I want to understand them all comprehensively. I want to see a round robin. Morgan and vigorously debating. So Morgan and Taylor are going to talk about this stuff. And Morgan's going to talk about, from a project planning standpoint, accelerators are the cleanest, scoped, time-bound, easy to schedule. And then Taylor says, I see it differently. Retainers are the operational sweet spot. They create predictable rhythms, recurring billing, and simpler resource allocation. Accelerators can create delivery whiplash. You finish one and scramble for the next. Morgan comes back and says retainers only work smoothly if you enforce rock solid scope. Fair. And then otherwise clients treat you like a full-time admin. Taylor says, hey, true, but accelerators force you into a constant sales cycle. Who wants that? That's operationally risky. And then round 3, we've got the crossfire. And they discuss again. And they raise other things. And they hash it all out. So in summary, Morgan values clarity and control. And Taylor values predictability and stability. And they both agree that diagnostics are essential. And then, so do you want to extend this into a recommendation synthesis where Ethan comes in as a mediator to weigh both sides? Yes, please. Let's have Ethan come in. Who's the strategist? And because these personas have this kind of behavior configured into them, they will do this and it will volunteer. Let's see what Ethan has to say. And all of this, you can use all of this to make up your own mind about everything. This is just more data. This is just more information. This is another set of brains helping you think this stuff through. So what Ethan's talking about is a hybrid funnel, which is the best of both. Sell a diagnostic, convert into a quick win accelerator, and then offer a retainer. And so you have assess, fix, maintain. And it's like a pyramid. And then Ethan breaks it down and explains all of this. Do you want me to draft this as a client-facing 3-tier offer suite? Oh, hey, let's get an offer suite. Great idea. Yes, please. Okay. And here's your new Salesforce Office Suite, Service, Salesforce Service Suite, Office. And this maps it all out. And you can take this, you can drop it in diagnostics, low friction entry, 3 to 5K, accelerators 8 to 15K, and then retainers are 3 to 7K monthly. And there's the sales flow and so forth, a one-page pitch deck outline, and then walk prospects through it visually without, sure. Let's see how that looks. With the understanding that because it's generative AI, sometimes it will come up with something that does not look exactly what you expected it to. But this looks good to me. If I were in this business, I would use this. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And then it continues to offer drafting sample slide content and so forth. And let's say, not yet. This is good for now. Thanks. And there you have it. And this shows you how you can have these personas actually discuss with each other and hash things out. They can argue, they can agree, they can mediate, all these things. They've been designed for this. And you can either use this team, which I have, you can reach out to me for information about it, or you can develop this yourself. And I'm happy to help, reach out and let me know if you have more questions. But in any case, this is within reach for everyone. So why not?